Welcome to the channel. I am Keith the Trucker, and today I will be telling you the pros and cons of trucking. Pro number one is the pay is very decent. If you remember one of my previous videos, first year as a truck driver, I mentioned that the pay was somewhere around, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 23 or 29,000 a year. So the pay is very decent starting off. Pro number two is the freedom of having no boss. I enjoy the feeling of not having someone breathing down my neck because I've done all that, and honestly, it just makes you more pissed off than you ever were in the beginning. So not having a boss breathing down your neck is one of my biggest pros. You're free to kind of move around and do what you need to do. As long as you get the load there, everything is fine. So I would say not having a boss breathing down your neck is definitely, it's a thumbs up. Pro number three is the fact that you got low turnaround after training. Training is usually anywhere between, I'd say a minimum about 4 weeks or so for most of us, and then maybe a little follow-on training. But one of the big pros is it's a quick turnaround as far as your training versus when you can actually start making money, because most people, when they're looking for a new job, they're looking to see how fast they could turn around and make money, obviously, because been out of work for X amount of time, or you're transitioning from a job and you just don't have that wiggle room where you can actually play around. Some people don't have that wiggle room to play around. So I would say another pro of trucking is the fact that you got that quick turnaround from training to actually putting money into your pocket. My biggest con, my number one con when it comes to this whole trucking thing is the repetitiveness. The repetitiveness gets to a point to where the runs get so dry, you know, because you're so used to seeing whatever it is that you're seeing, the road or the different places. Some of the places it gets real repetitive, going back and forth to the same place. So I would say my number one pet peeve is probably the fact that the runs get pretty dry sometimes. You know, it just get real dry out there sometimes. So I guess if you can see more stuff, it will make it a little better, but sometimes it just gets real dry. Another con of mine is bad shipping experience. We've all been there where you go to different shippers, they got attitudes, you know, and by the time you're done having a conversation with them, you really just want to choke them to sleep or something, you know, because some of these, I don't know about anybody else, but some of these shippers, I don't want to play the racist card, but some of these shippers, you can tell when you get there off rip that some of these shippers don't want people, you know, like me around, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these shippers, they'll let you know real quick, you know, it's about time for you to go, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I guess bad shipping experience kind of make it where, you know, you got to be, you know, somewhat professional or whatnot. But really at the end of the day, a lot of times in the back of my mind, sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes I be thinking, you know, like it's just go time, you know, it's just time to choke somebody out. But yeah, those bad shipping experience, it'll really have you questioning this whole trucking thing too. So you gotta deal with that type of stuff. But yeah, I guess yeah, that'd be the second con if you ask me. One of the top on the list. Some shipping experience. I'll say my last and final con, I would say if you end up with a bad dispatcher, not saying that I got a bad dispatcher, nothing like that, don't take it and run with it. What I'm saying is if you end up with a bad dispatching experience where you and your dispatcher can't really get on the same page or whatnot, it's going to make your time as a trucker 10 times harder, I guess, because what should have went smooth is now, you know, the two of you butting heads, so it's putting more of a strain on things than what it should be. So yeah, if my advice would be to make sure you and your dispatcher are on pretty good terms as far as knowing how you like to run, how they like to dispatch, and where you want to go, you know, all this other stuff, if you got that type of flexibility. So that way it'll make your trucking experience better. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video, pros and cons of trucking. Don't take anything that I said out of context. It's just strictly a video. Try to keep the videos going. As of right now, hey, the page is doing pretty good. So I thank y'all for the support and everything. The page is doing pretty good. I think the last time I checked, I was little bit over 2,000 subscribers. So we on the road to 5K, and once we hit the 5K, we're on the road to 10K, because really and truly, I just shout out to do 10K. 10K is okay with me. If it gets bigger than that, then that's fine, but I'm really just shooting for 10K. So we on the road to 5K now, so once we get there, maybe I'll do some type of giveaway or something. I've been thinking about all that, but yeah, we'll cross that road when we get there. So yeah, we on the road to 5K. Hey, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Can't come to the trap, you making it hot. Don't fit the work and it's fresh out the pot. I've been having nightmares, I sleep with a chop. I get off the work and I don't need a clock. I don't need the rib, you know it's a stop. Too good on my nerves, I put it on block. If he choosing sides, then he turn to a op. The trap said he jumping, we making it hot.